Well, hello, hello. Welcome back to Neptunifish Tarot. My name is Alicia, and we are going to be doing a collective reading for Monday, March 8th, 2021. We have an exceptional message today. I love when the cards just all go so cohesively together. Um, it makes for a really powerful message, so we'll kind of get into it. I did ask for a black moon astrology card. We got two that came out, and I did also ask for wisdom of the oracle. um and I can't believe what it gave me. I can't wait to share this. And then what I did for tarot is I wanted to use my light seers, Chrisanne. And only 7 cards came out, so I asked for some clarifiers on a couple. And so these other 4 cards for the companion deck of Chrisanne's Light Seers is the Muse Tarot. So these 4 cards we'll get to in conjunction with the 7 cards. So I'm going to start with the oracles today because it's just like, you can't make stuff like this up. Check this out. We got third house. This is astrology, mind you, okay? Third house, and which we'll go into like all of third house's themes, but they are messages. That's true. Then we got the fifth house, which the main theme is creativity. And then look at this. We got another message card. Message in a bottle. So clearly there is a message for some of us tomorrow. And I mean that quite literally. The third house is the house of Gemini. It does have to do with communication, primarily, first and foremost. And so this is most literally like the way that you get messages, right? Like email, social media, text, instant messenger, like whatever, pick your poison. This is day-to-day communications, just everyday communications with people who are going to just be in your immediate sphere. So work messages, personal messages, from people that typically, okay? And then the fifth house is Leo's house. And yes, the fifth house is primarily the house of creativity, but it's also the house of romance, waka waka romance. um, and also of children, okay? It's specifically. So, I feel like we're getting messages in some kind of different levels though, right? Like I feel like for somebody this has to do with giving or receiving a romantic message. Also giving and receiving messages to your children, creating heck, it could be just creating like content for social media, because third house is all about social media, right? So like anything internet related here, creating like a really important email, writing, not so much publishing, that's more ninth house stuff, but just like fast communication. Gemini's fast, moving airy energy, right? So it can be phone calls too, by the way. So be on the lookout for something that combines the themes of the third house and the fifth house tomorrow. And then the message in the bottle, obviously this ties in really well with the third house card, but I feel like there's an added layer here, and I feel like that these are the messages that we actually receive from our internal guidance. So like when we are being kind of like guided to do a thing, like the gut voice, that comes through, even a dream. Like, so tonight, maybe when you are sleeping and whatever, pay attention to any messages that might come through to you in your dreams. That's why it's so, so important to take some quiet time each day, just like 10 or 15 minutes even, because when you can quiet your mind and get your mind out of the way, um, you you'll be super surprised, and if you do it already, you probably already know what I'm talking about, at the sort of like messages that just pop in, and they can be so creative, right? They can just be so amazing. So I feel like these are all the kinds of things that we're gonna get into our message with here today. And so let's just get started. The Three of Wands. So wands, of course, are creative. That's a creative suit. That's the fiery wands that taking action. And here in the three, we see this young lady, and she's standing on the shore, and she's looking out, and she's waiting, right? Like anticipating something delightful to come in. And the thing that she's waiting for, um, is this Ace of Cups. So she can be waiting to receive a message of cups, right? Of love, the Ace of Cups. This is like the beginning of some kind of well, it could be a romantic, it could be a romantic love. Um it can be like the initial stages of like a creative project. Um, but it's emotion. It is emotion, and it's definitely tied to the heart chakra. And so, you know, take this how it will apply to you. You may be in the position to be the recipient of that sort of a thing, or you may be the person who is in the position to take action to move that thing forward. Okay, so let's keep going. Then we get into the Hermit and to the Ten of Wands. So we only had seven cards, so four across the top and three across the bottom. And so here is how I'm gonna take this reading. We actually have the Three of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the King of Wands forming a triad. Okay, and we'll get into that story. Then we have on this side the Hermit, the Ten of Wands, and the High Priestess forming another triad. And at the very center is the Seven of Pentacles. All right, so just keeping that in mind. With the Hermit, that's kind of exactly what I'm talking about. In this triad, we see two major arcana, the Hermit and the High Priestess. And this is absolutely all about, this is Virgo and Pisces, by the way. This is all about going within and, kind of taking a pause and checking in with your own intuition. Like, what are you being guided to move forward with? And what are you, I think the message with the 10 here is like, what are you needing to do to kind of get out of your own way and to put down and lay down this burden? Because I feel like on one hand, right, we've kind of got like action, right? Like, so, and we'll get down here with the King of Wands. He's like an action oriented, creative, manifesting that whole like bringing into physical reality all of the things that he desires. Okay. But then on this side, we've got like all of the things where we become still, we slow down, right? We evaluate, we receive, right? So instead of pushing out energy and desire, we are pulling in and laying down. But it's a different kind of wands. See, on this side, the wands are the things that we want to lay down. These are the things that have stopped us, that have grown burdensome, right? These are things that we are finally ready to outgrow. And the 10, as I've said time and time again, it's a culmination of a cycle. So we've come to the end of something here in the 10 where we're just in that final phase of like, okay, what do we need to do to make manifest our dream? And that is squarely in the 7 of Pentacles. Right in the center of the read is where the desire, the creativity, the outward action and manifestation of desire meet up with taking a step back, checking in with ourselves, and all of the planning that we still need to do, all of the loose ends that yet need to be tied up, they all come together in the 7 of Pentacles because we've planted the seeds of our desire into the soil, right? And again, the 7 of Pentacles, this is that time of year where we are very quickly coming into spring. In just another, 10 days? Not quite. I guess it's 2 weeks. So, and this is just a reading for tomorrow, but I don't think it's just a reading for tomorrow. I just think that it's something to focus on here in the coming days and weeks. As we approach spring, we're going to have opportunities for these things to begin to burst forth new life, right? Depending on the action that we take towards it, but also depending on the action that we take to tie up the old things and to culminate the old cycle. So it's fascinating. I asked for clarifiers. Okay, what I asked for were 2 clarifiers for the High Priestess, and I got the Page of Materials and the 7 of Materials. Now, the 7 of Materials is the 7 of Pentacles. So that's how I know that the 7 of Pentacles is actually the overall energy and the important card in this reading. It's the card of, we know that it's coming, but not yet, right? And how do we know it's coming? Because we have the Page. The Page of Materials is the universe coming in and giving us the go light to move forward. But the Page is new. Okay, so this is a new creative process. This is a new thing that we are desiring and that we are working on figuring out how to bring forth into our reality, because materials and pentacles are things that we want to birth into being. Okay. So then I asked for 2 cards to clarify this 10 of Wands, because I wanted to make sure there's more than one way to take a 10 of Wands. And I think it was very clear here. The Empress is the divine feminine. She is the divine feminine. She's the one who brings forth all of the creativity into being, but she's the yin energy. So while we have the King of Wands, who is the yang, right, and he is projecting outward, we have the Empress, who actually is a step above the king, right? So her divine counterpart is the what's his face, the number 4, the Emperor, right? So she is the divine mother who gives birth to all creation. She is like the earth giving birth to all of the planets, right? Like, well, not even the earth. She is the divine feminine who gave birth to the earth and all of the planets. Sorry, that's what I wanted to say. And so she is a receptive mother, All right. And that ties in exactly perfectly with Virgo and Pisces. Okay. And being that we are in Pisces season and that we just came off of a full moon in Virgo, this is exactly where we are in our cycle. Okay. And the devil is referring to simply this need to lay down our fears. Okay, so with the Ten of Wands, we need to make sure we're not self-sabotaging. Okay, make sure that we are tying up all of the potential things in our situation that need to be tied up, that need to be laid down. So that when the time is right to move forward with this creative energy, and here it very clearly looks like some kind of, I don't know, it could be like a romantic, like if you want to take it as a love reading, it could be like a romantic thing. It could also be a creative project, like something that you're birthing into creation that you have been dreaming and desiring hard about. And you have made the plans and you have determined and settled on this is the thing that you're going for. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, super powerful reading. Be on the lookout tomorrow for messages. For messages, like I said, from yourself, from messages from other people. Maybe you're the one to be sending messages. Maybe you're the one, who is this king. Or maybe you're the one on the receptive end and you're this empress. But either way, tomorrow is the day for messages. So super cool. Super cool reading. I love it. I hope that somebody will find this maybe synchronistic, like I would love if somebody could like comment if like something really fantastic happens tomorrow, like if a message comes in or something to that effect. That would be awesome to know. But yeah, that's our reading, so I'm going to leave it right there. All right, thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.